Welcome back. For the last almost 3 years, weddings have had to be very small and intimate. But whether you are wanting a big wedding or a small wedding, you're going to want to know what you need for that wedding. Our next guest is a wedding planner and has a special event coming up soon for couples who are planning their wedding. Hello, Amy, and welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me on today.
It is so exciting that the COVID restrictions are lowering, and so now we're seeing more weddings, and you are a wedding planner.
Absolutely.
Yes. Tell us about your business.
So I started Unmistakably You in 2009. So we're about to hit 13 years and we love what we do. We get to be involved with what is usually the most exciting and happy day of a couple's life to that point. And we just love being able to create unique and personal celebrations for all of our couples.
Wonderful. And I went onto your website and it looks like you have a variety of consultants that people can work with.
We do. So I started out with a very loving and supportive husband who originally told me he didn't think we'd ever do a single wedding. And this year we have 62 weddings on the books. So I work with a team of wonderful, talented, kind, and compassionate humans who help you to sort of guide you through the planning process with hopefully a minimum of stress and overwhelm and get you to the end of the process still happy and hopefully still in love with your fiance.
And so you have, you do weddings of all sizes, because I saw micro weddings and elopements. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
We do. We started out doing your sort of traditional 150, 200, 250 people weddings with a ceremony, cocktail, dinner, dance. And kind of as a sort of a function of COVID, we've transitioned into doing some micro weddings and elopements. We have a really funky studio space in the Old East Village in a converted factory. It's a beautiful little space where we have started to host those micro weddings. So those are typically 25 or 30 people, and you get to gather in a little bit less of a formal situation where we do all of the planning. We bring in the officiant and the photographer and the flowers, and you literally just have to show up and say, I do. So those are our micro weddings. And then we also do elopements, which are kind of an alternative to the City Hall elopement, where you want to get married, but you want it to be a little bit more personal and special and pretty. And so we offer those at our studio as well.
Awesome. And you are going to be hosting a market at the end of this month?
We are. I'm an ideas person, so I have to give a shout out to Jacqueline, who is in charge of reining me in. But Jacqueline and I right now are working on putting together a wedding market. It's happening at the end of April, so April 28th, 29th, and May 1st. And it's going to take place in our studio building. So it's got that funky vibe. It's not your traditional wedding show. So we'll have lots of experiences for people to take part in. We're doing dress sales and suit fittings on site. We've got wine, beer, and seltzer tastings. We've got lawn games. We've got lounge. We've got live music. And then we have vendors so that you can come and complete your wedding plans or meet some great people to help you out with your wedding in the future.
So it's one-stop shopping, basically.
It is. We're using the entire building and both parking lots. So it's we don't do anything halfway. We go big or go home, and we're really quite excited about it.
Well, that is wonderful. That's awesome. And so what are some of the trends that you're finding? Because I'm sure people are just excited to be able to have a wedding now.
It's true. It's really kind of been all over the map in the last couple of years. And we are definitely seeing a lot of things that are sticking around. We see a lot of people really attracted to that natural look. The boho vibe is really starting to become really popular. We see a lot of people doing a lot of greenery and sort of long-lasting, really sort of not out there trendy, funky colors. We're still seeing a lot of neutrals that will kind of stand the test of time. We're getting back into doing bigger weddings this year, and we're just really excited to get to celebrate with couples again.
Oh, well, we are excited to be having weddings again.
Absolutely.
Because prior to the show, we were talking and you said that there is a 60% increase.
Well,
Is that what?
we here at Unmistakably You are doing about 30% more weddings than we typically do in 2022. And that's a function of the weddings that had been postponed from 2020 to 2021 and now into 22. So some of those weddings certainly happened during the pandemic, but very much reduced numbers. So we're seeing an increase this year, which means that if you're still planning for this year, the earlier you can do it, the better, because vendors, I think, are all quite busy with this influx of couples being able to get married now.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here, Amy. Really appreciate your time and looking forward to the market.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure chatting.